Now we're moving to another topic. Marketing starts in development. How great series build their audience before they exist. This is a panel that is, or it's a conversation actually, that's in collaboration with Netflix and asks a question that feels increasingly important in today's television landscape. Why do some original series arrive already carrying a sense of anticipation, while others struggle to break through the noise? We're talking about the time long before the trailers or any campaigns, because sometimes the topic is there and it already brings the audience in engaged. So this is what we are going to talk about with a guy who is one of Poland's most acclaimed film and television directors, celebrated for his emotionally rich storytelling. I'm saying this and I know he's looking at me where is he? Oh, there he is, and he's smiling. All right, but I'm going to say it anyway. Striking visual style, exceptional work with actors. Graduate of the renowned Lodz Film School cinematography department, he began his career as an award-winning cinematographer before transitioning to directing, where he quickly established himself as one of the country's leading filmmakers. So please welcome Jan Holoubek. Good to see you. Take a seat.
Hi, everyone.
Jan, I know you're humble, so but tell us first of all, I think that is really important, for the series that you made the last years, how did they perform on Netflix in Poland and abroad? Just the understanding.
Well, I don't like showing off, so it's okay. High Water, the series that was made before Heweliusz was, I think 78 countries, top 10. Heweliusz, I think 65 or something like this. So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So now, if you think about the stories, and there is a difference between High Water and Heweliusz, of course. If you think about the stories, about the awareness, not only from the industry, but also from the audience, what helps? What is, where is the key point?
Well, on Polish market, it's pretty simple because these are High Water was about the flood in 1997, so it was really something important to a big part of a Polish society. Heweliusz was the biggest maritime catastrophe after in post-war Poland. So these are big things that happened, and in a social, let's say, imagination, things that are important. So it was already, there was a lot of buzz around it a long time before it was even shot.
And if you think about it, because you were talking about two tragic events, and you have to be very careful with the pain that the whole events caused to not only the families and the relatives, but in this case to the whole nation. So how do you work with the anticipation so nobody can blame you on feasting on a tragedy?
Well, this is it's also a big part job of a screenwriter, Kasper Bajon, who actually wrote both of these stories. I don't know. It's a walking on a line, on a thin line, when you do anything that is based on true events. And most of the productions I shot also for feature. In feature is based on a true events. I think you have to somehow like all the characters that are in your show, even if they are bad. You have to somehow feel for them. Then your production becomes somehow, you become objective somehow. You're showing the situation. You're not judging you're not judging it.
Do you think of the audience, and now we're talking about the how the audience responds to even the idea that a series or a film on an event or on a topic will be put on the screen or in theaters. How do you think about the perspective from the audience from the very beginning, the very moment when they hear about a series that will come on a topic? Do you plan carefully what to say to not to spoil the engagement from the very beginning?
You mean, do I somehow predict how to communicate with in filming or in myself?
At the very beginning of at the very early, we're talking about the very early stage of the project. When it comes public, that you will do something like that. Do you predict at the very beginning how to work with the audience, so the anticipation is moved in the positive way and not in a negative one?
I don't do it at all, to be honest. I'm focused on doing my job, on shooting the best story, the best way I can handle it, and that's my way of communicating with audience. The rest is in the hands of producers or streaming service who is slowly selling those informations, making a buzz around it. And as far as I know, the PR from Netflix, for example, they really take a lot of care to sell it. It's a not nice word, but to sell it in a proper way to the audience.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? I know that you're not an expert in this area, but still, you are the filmmaker who is responsible for what is coming out. So you see what the people from marketing or from PR are telling about the project up front. So what was the process? How did you work, for example, on High Water? Or how did you collaborate also with Netflix? Did they ask you questions? Did you closely find the way how to communicate with the project during the time?
No.
Good. We have still 29 minutes, Jan. Yeah.
But really, like, PR is not my.
I know.
It's not my. It's not even in my interest. Very much. I think it's strongly separated. I mean, later when it's released, I have a lot of interviews, and then we prepare for that. I prepare myself for that, what to say, how to say. But before, I'm focused totally on shooting, on preparing the project. That's thing.
But you are working on a really big project that takes a lot of time, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that when you see, for example, and I don't say that this happened, but if you see a poster, an artwork that you don't agree with.
Yeah, they show it to me.
So
the whole artwork.
There is a communication.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so now we're getting there.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, so how does this work?
Oh, that works really nice. I like it. The posters, trailers.
Still 27 minutes.
I really, it's very nice that they always come with the idea of the whole concept, what would be the artwork, the trailers. They show it to us and they ask if we agree on it, if we like it. We sometimes have some comments, but usually we're pleased with the things that they are presenting to us. With Heweliusz, it was a very long work for the whole team that was preparing the audience for this project. I think it took 1 year. I mean, 1 year before the premiere, already the first informations were slowly put into the media, and the buzz around the Heweliusz was huge, long before the premiere.
And that's the question. Do you did you do something about that, or it was natural because of the topic? Or it's a combination of releasing the information that it will be and the work of the people from Netflix to persuade the people to be engaged from the very beginning?
It's more their work, to be honest. It's more their work.
So you're not sitting like by your iPhone doing Instagram videos every day?
No, absolutely not.
We are on page 29.
No, absolutely not. We have embargo pretty often to sell any informations about the cast or about the... all those informations are very carefully prepared when to sell it to the people. And I made few times that kind of mistake that I took some photos from the set.
Oh boy.
From the first day of shooting, and like I think it took 20 seconds to have the phone call from them. Please take it off. Please take it off. So there is a huge strategy behind it, but I'm not the one who is in the strategy, like the mastermind of it or anything like that.
But you experience a lot of projects with this communication about how to work with the audience. What was your biggest surprise as a filmmaker?
Well, for me, it's always a mystery and unknown if the project will reach the audience, if they're gonna like it. It's there is no let's say golden method for having success. If there was such, everybody would be successful. We are always afraid that what we do will not be liked by people, and we are always kind of scared what will be the reaction. So we do what we can to make it as good as possible, but the result is unknown. So there is no,
There's no script for that?
There is no script for that. You can have a great script, great cast, great crew, and everything, and that's what we're aiming usually for. But at the end, you need some magic. I believe strong in that there is a little magic in it, and it will make the project successful or not.
When is the first moment when you think about a project, when you say to yourself, why should people care about this story now?
To be honest, I don't think when I read the script, I become a common viewer, and I read it as a common viewer, and I just want, if the project draws me in as a viewer, not a guy who will direct it, but just as a simple viewer, then if I start to smell and feel the atmosphere of this script, literally, then I know that I want to be in this world, and I want to do it. And thinking about the audience is much later.
Is that wise, do you think?
Well, it's not.
We're talking that you're doing not like auteur films at this point, but we're talking about like big series.
Yeah, but I treat it as I don't treat it as a business. It's a totally original storytelling that is ours. I'm talking about me and my crew. I'm not doing this on my own. But we never copy anybody. We don't look for I forgot the word, sorry. But we're not copying anyone. So we are trying to do something that is ours, original, and that's why I think people like it.
Because you said that you're doing things that are based very often on true events, is there a moment when you think it's too early to put the topic on the table? Let's wait a little bit. Not only the audience, but especially like maybe in some cases the whole nation needs a little bit more time to recover.
Yes, I did such a movie that was my actually feature debut. It was based on a true events. It was about the guy who spent 18 years in prison and he was not guilty. And we shot this movie 1.5 years after he was released from prison. So a lot of people thought that's too early. But we managed to do a good movie, and it's very good that we shot this movie so fast, because this guy soon died after that. So this movie was like a kind of a reward for him for all those years. So from this perspective, I think it's good we did it at the time, that he could see the film in the cinema about himself.
You have a long year experience with doing series that have an impact, and also you see the campaigns that are around them. Is there something that really works the best? Like, you know, I know that you said there's no script, but is there something that works always the best?
In campaign,
yes,
I think it's a trailer, to be honest.
Still trailer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing magical around that, like
No, of course, but trailer is something I, as a viewer, choose productions which are not Polish when I'm watching something from abroad and I don't know who did it, or this is the basic thing for me is the trailer, to be honest. And with trailers, it's that sometimes they make you interested, and sometimes you don't want to watch it anymore. So I think trailer is something that has already keeps in it style of filming, the storytelling, and so on.
And do you do your own trailers?
No, absolutely not. I think that this should be never done by director.
Why?
Because directors, they don't know after all those months or years of working, what is the best. It's too short. It's too difficult for director of a big project to cut it down to 30 seconds or 1 minute. I think it's better if somebody who's totally objective does it.
Sometimes as a viewer, because I love trailers, but I also hate when they show too much of the film. So did you have this kind of experience that you didn't agree with how the marketing of the project will be explained by the trailer, that it would say too much?
Yes, of course. I think pretty often directors have this problem that trailers sell too much of information, especially if it's a criminal story or something like this. I had such situations, but in case of Heweliusz, I really liked the trailer right away. I was surprised how good it is. That's at least what I thought. We have this trailer, so we can show it.
Can we show it? Are we ready? Yeah, perfect. So that's maybe a good point to when we're talking about the trailers. Should I put another question on the table? No. Perfect.
Tutaj na Poznaniu prawdy nikomu nie zależy. Tutaj żadnej sprawiedliwości nie będzie.
Pomódlmy się dzisiaj za wiernych, którzy zginęli na promie Jan Heweliusz.
Czemu oni tak wyglądają? Co się stało?
Kto odpowiada za wypadek, no to wykaże śledztwo.
Czyli wina leży po stronie kapitana.
Chodzi mi tylko o to, żeby obronić dobre imię męża.
I widzę, co panowie tu wyprawiają. Swoich interesów tylko pilnują, swoich sprawek.
O co tu chodzi? Nie przeginaj.
Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
Piotrek, jestem na skraju, nikt nie chce mi pomóc.
A koszty tego ponoszą wdowy i rodziny ofiar. Jak można grzebać człowieka, jak ciała jeszcze nie odnaleziono?
Przecież pan dobrze wie, jak było. Musi pan to powiedzieć na izbie.
Co mam robić? To musisz teraz grać w ich grę.
Jan, one of the topics that we are having here in regards of the Czech film industry, and I think this is very relevant to ask you, is the ethics on shooting on events based on true events, and especially when it takes on the secondary victimization of the victims. Is it something that you had to think a lot? Because it's also based on the anticipation of the audience before the series comes out. They will think, okay, will it blame the right ones? Will it not bring another suffering to the people who already suffered much?
Of course, this is one of the most important things that we are thinking about in preparing such project, and it's such a script is always before that there is a huge research done by a script writer, and he talks to the people who survived. So and I think in this matter it was 1 year of researching to build the story, to build it the way so it doesn't hurt anybody. But on the other hand, it shows the truth, what happened, because what happened after the catastrophe, because the series is mostly about that, about the politics, about how the country, how the government is not dealing properly with this huge tragedy, how it's trying to push the fault to make the captain who died responsible for that. So yes, it's a pretty difficult work to be done. But I think if the scriptwriter and the rest of the crew producer are good people, they will not harm anybody.
Coming back to the topic of what we are talking about, if you think about everything that happened with Heweliusz, for example, in terms of from the anticipation of the audience from the very beginning when they found out that the series like this will be shot, then the production, the information that came from the production, the trailer, and then the result on the streaming service. Do you think that the anticipation was in balance with what you wanted to build, or there was a surprise that something went differently than you expected?
What was different is the reaction of audience, the scale of it. We knew that it's going to be watched by everyone by the seaside, Polish seaside, because this thing, it was super important. It is super important up till today there in this region of Poland, but we were totally surprised with the scale of the audience. I mean, the way they reacted on it. It was really great. In Poland, at least, it was a huge success for us, and people watched it twice, 3 times. I got so many messages from people I don't know that I watched it already 3 times. Crazy, totally crazy. I never had anything like that before.
As a Polish director, did you also wanted to know how Netflix will work with your series when they are traveling abroad? So how, for example, if there is a kind of a marketing, and if so, how they work with it? Because of course the relevance from an international audience is completely different. They will look at it as a catastrophic series based on true events.
As far as I know, there is no central kind of a marketing for such thing. Each country, each PR team, Netflix team in each country decide this, if they're gonna promote it or not.
So you were not involved at all?
No.
At this?
And this is a huge question mark every time. Which country is gonna like it or which not? It's so strange that, for example, High Water was super popular in South America. Like, Maybe because some kind of indolence of governments when you have a huge crisis are similar there and in Poland at least. Yeah. I thought there is a kind of a central marketing for such project, but there is not. Each country or region decides what they're gonna, put up.
And based on what you said at the very beginning, you're not the kind of director who would closely watch and push the streamers that you work for to tell you how exactly they work with a title abroad.
In Netflix, they do those kind of meetings, like I think 20 days after the premiere and 60 days, and they tell you, they show you the numbers. So they are the ones who will present it to you, and I think they do it to every production.
Is there a question that anyone would like to ask now at the very end of our discussion with Jan? Because his experience, not only working with Netflix, but with other streamers, is huge. So if you want to know, as someone as a emerging filmmaker, what to do or not to do, no, nobody. So I will ask for you. Any advice? What to do? I'm moving on from the topic of marketing and the audience. Like, from your perspective, any advice to anyone who would like to work on topics that would be relevant for a global streamer, not only for a local one? Any advice that we would like to give?
My advice is you just develop the project you really believe in, that you would love to see such project on a screen. This is don't project the audience, how it will be received. Just when you start project, you have to be your own audience who believes in it and who loves it. And then when you have this enthusiasm for the project, it slowly goes on other people. And also then producers become enthusiastic about it and start believing in it. And then it moves to the audience. You have to be the engine for this.
And if we move on from the very beginning and the enthusiasm that everybody can see in your eyes, anything that you learned through the whole process?
That it sometimes doesn't work. My first project, it took me 10 years of walking from door to door, and nobody wanted to produce it. And finally, after 10 years, it happened. And but the number of rejections I got was really depressing.
Okay, so I think that we can end that. What worked for the Richmond football team in Ted Lasso, the sign "Believe," should be something that everybody should have in front of you, even when you have all these rejections.
Yes, if you believe in your project, if you really believe in it, there is a huge chance that one day somebody will believe in it as well. And then magic starts, really. Because then, if it becomes successful, everything turns 180 degrees. Like that was in my case. And from that point up till Heweliusz, it was only 7 years, which is a miracle, I would say. But I strongly believe in a personal, creative attitude that makes all big shows successful. I don't believe in strategies. I don't believe so much in strategies or socio-techniques. I believe that it always comes from one or few people who has this crazy idea, and they believe that this is the best thing anyone ever will see. This is basic for, I think, necessary to make a successful production.
I think this is the perfect ending, Jan. I think that your structure of the story that you told us today has really a nice ending dot. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.